It's tonight's wild card segment. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. The GOP's it guy of the week, anyway, is Mike Huckabee. He's trending up as the first big test in Iowa is coming up in just 2 months. Now, this week's Iowa Hawkeye poll placed Huckabee in a near three-way tie for second place behind frontrunner Mitt Romney. But take a look at the fundraising gap among those same four candidates. Huckabee's rivals have more than 9, 16, and 7 million through September 30th. Huckabee's cash on hand, $650,000. Is that true, Governor?
That was then. But guess what's happening now, David? Some exciting things. We've raised more money.
Thank you very much for being here.
Pleasure to be here.
See you.
Good to see you again. We've raised more money in the last 7 days than we raised in any one of the quarters up until now. We've had to.
Can you tell us how much that is?
Well over $1 million in less than a week.
So you have more than that $650,000.
Oh, yeah. And here's what's happening. There's a groundswell of support that it was such we can't keep up with. We've had to hire additional people to answer the phones and open the mail. We've upgraded our web server 3 times in the last week to handle the web traffic. And, people are saying this guy could win.
You look pumped.
Well, I am.
You look pumped. I mean, you look like you're ready to go into the Super Bowl or something.
Well, let me tell you what's happening. A couple of things. First, this wave of support is coming, and it's showing up financially and organizationally, and that's exciting. The Rasmussen poll now has us ahead of Mitt Romney nationally, which is just amazing. Our position in the American Research Group poll this week shows me now in a very clear, solid second place in Iowa, moving up substantially. But the other thing is, I'm now coming under a rather amazing attack. And, one of the things that you always look for
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
And I just want to deal with one issue before we do that, because folks out there might not know you that well.
All right.
If likability was the only thing you had to have to become president, everybody, even Bill Clinton, agrees that you'd be president because you're such a likable guy. Does it surprise you that even somebody like Bill Clinton, your polar opposite politically, is spoken kindly of you?
No. He's campaigned against me in every election I've ever run. I have the distinction of being the only one who's actually campaigned against Hillary. Not once, twice, 3 times, but 4 times. And I won. It doesn't surprise me. Truth is, he's a civil guy as it relates to me. And I am toward him and toward Hillary.
Even though you have a history that a lot of people might not know about, not necessarily with Governor Clinton, but Governor Clinton's successor. Didn't he once try to lock you out of the lieutenant governor's office?
Well, it was the Secretary of State who did nail my door shut from the inside when I first became lieutenant governor.
You became lieutenant governor. You went to your office the first day. What happened?
It was nailed shut from the inside. We couldn't open the door.
With boards and nails?
With literal boards and nails.
So what'd you do?
It stayed there for 59 days. Well, we used an office that was an old vault. All the furniture had been taken out of my office. We borrowed furniture from a local furniture dealer. We just sort of allowed the people to say what they wanted to. And I'll tell you what happened. Over the course of those 59 days when I was nailed out of my door, people got so angry and said, look, we didn't vote for this guy, but he won. Give him the office. And it finally turned in my favor in a very dramatic way.
So the folks who are saying that you don't have the political experience to stand up to all the fighting that's going on don't necessarily know about that background.
They don't have a clue of the incredible headwinds that I faced. Only the 4th Republican elected in 150 years in a state that the Clinton political machine has so dominated. But I was able in that environment to not just once win, but continually win, and to govern effectively. And I think that ought to be something, and it's what's happening. People are beginning to say, of all the people up there, Huckabee's got more executive experience running a government than anyone on the Democratic Republican side.
But would Clinton speak well of Huckabee if he thought Huckabee could beat Hillary?
He would speak well of me on a personal level, but then he would try to enumerate all the reasons that Hillary would be a much better president.
But you see what I'm saying. Isn't he putting you up there because he thinks you'd lose? Hillary would walk right over you?
Thank you very much.
No, because Bill Clinton's too much of the political animal. He's a guy that loves the game. And so he believes Hillary would beat me. He certainly would believe that. But what I would tell you is that, I've got a history of winning elections.
All right, let's